Well, good morning, YouTube. Lofty's here, the Lofty Biker. As you know, I don't generally get the chance to ride a Triumph. Although I love Triumphs, I've had lots of Triumphs. The dealership near me in Plymouth are not very reciprocal. They're not good at lending bikes out. And if you do lend one, then 10 minutes or 20 minutes, they want it back. So I don't get chance to ride a nice Triumph. Today, I'm very fortunate. I've got a brand new 2023 plate. It's been running. It's Mark's bike. Mark, it's his own personal bike from Cornwall Kawasaki. He says, take me rocket out, test that. So here I am with a 2023 Triumph Rocket 3R. It's gorgeous. It's absolutely beautiful. If you're interested in watching Lofty ride the Triumph Rocket 3R, you stick around. I'll see you in a minute. Okay, YouTube, this one's a bit of a special. As you can see, Cornwall Kawasaki Centre and a Triumph, brand new 23 model, Rocket 3R. It's got GT bars on. This is Mark, the owner's personal bike. He's letting me have a ride on it. Stylema calipers on the front. Oh, absolutely gorgeous. Okay. So you press once, then press twice to prime, wait for it all to come on, thumb the starter. With a clutch in, of course, it's a Triumph. How about that? TFT dash. Right, let's go for a ride. How about this? It's been a while since I've rode a Rocket. Oh, it's got a bit of grunt, so where are we? Third gear. Third gear, 2,500 revs. Whoa! That's obscene. Okay, so coming out the 50. Into the National, snick it in third. Absolutely gorgeous. It sounds nothing like the Generation 2, which is what I call the 04 model. Nothing like it at all. Right, so, shall we go and have a look at it? And then we can take it for a ride. I'll see you in a minute. Okay, shall we have a look round? It's gorgeous, isn't it? Oh, black. Rocket 3R. Let's start at the front. The telltale twin headlights. Upside down forks. Huge radiator and oil cooler. Massive triple engine, 2.5cc. 2.5 litre. Lovely looking exhaust. Single-sided swinging arm. We've got this fairly modern looking Herschel style rear light assembly. Shaft drive, of course. Absolutely gorgeous. What do you think? Carrying on round. It's got the lot in it. Show you a close up. So it's a considerable size. Let's start over on the right. Bar ended mirrors. These are the GT bars. They're Mark's quite a bit smaller than me, and he found the actual R bars were a bit flatter, a bit further forward. He found them a bit of a reach, so he was pretty uncomfortable. So let's have a look. So what do we do? It's keyless. So you push once, then you push again. It springs into life. Good afternoon, Mark, it said. Did you see that? Look at that for a lovely dashboard. TFT. Absolutely gorgeous. So let's just show you what we've got. As I say, bar end mirrors, span adjustable front brake, radial calipers. We've got various knobs. We've got the lock, the hazard. This is the starting affair. That's the home button. Coming across to the dash. We've got various trips. It's got different modes. It's got a bit of everything. It's got the lot, isn't it? It's lovely. So coming across, we've got a span adjustable clutch. Not the lightest clutch, but not the stiffest either. A heated grip button. We got the pass light, high and low beam, cruise control. It's just a simple rocker. Press once to set, forward and backwards to up and down, whatever. We got a mode button. We got the indicators. We got the joystick to operate the dash, and we got the horn. Now, for the biggest bike on the road, that is the dickiest, weediest horn I've ever heard. Yeah, shall we do it again? 2.5 litre, super cruiser. Peep, peep. Very disappointing, that is, isn't it? Anyway, so let's fire it into life. There we go. Look at that lovely dash. You get a bit of torque reaction. You can feel the bike wanting to go over. That's gorgeous, that is. Let's have a listen through the cannon launchers at the back. Here we are. It certainly pops and bangs. It's gorgeous, isn't it? I love it. I think it's absolutely wonderful. As you know, I had a rocket. I had one of the first, well, I'll call the Generation 2 rocket, because, of course, rockets was made by BSA. But the first Triumph rocket, the Gen 2 model, in 2004. I had a 2007 with burnt orange and tribal paint. It was a gorgeous, gorgeous bike. It didn't handle nothing like this. Didn't stop like this, didn't go like this. In general, the old rocket, the first Triumph rocket, is nothing like this. This bike is in a different league altogether. Shall we have some stats? Right, so what have we got? This is the second incarnation of the Triumph Rocket 3. They've been building them since 2020. This is a 2023 model Rocket 3R. 2,458cc, liquid cooled, 12 valve triple. 165 brake horsepower, and here's the key one. Listen to this: 163 foot-pound. It's got as much torque as it has power. It's a tractor. It would pull a building down. It's speed limited to 138 miles an hour, and you cannot get full power in the first 3 gears. It's got that much poke. It's getting the rubber down to the road. That's the problem. It's a 6-speed shaft drive. It holds 18 litres of fuel, which is not a big fuel tank. When you think the old Rocket 3 used to hold 23 or 24, if I remember right. It does about 35 foot, well, if you ride it steady, you might get 40, but 35 miles to the gallon. It's got quite a low seat height at 773 millimetres. Now, I'll just give you a quick look at the seat. Now, the seat's very, very sculpted. I find that the bump stop does stick in my back a little bit. It's a hefty beast at 291 kilos wet. Now, if you remember, the early version, the 2.3, it was 367. So they've knocked off 70 kilos somewhere, and you can tell when you ride it. It's so much more precise. So what exactly have we got? Let's have a look at the front end. Huge 47mm upside down shower forks. 2 320mm discs with radial 4-piston stylemas from Brembo. Beautiful, beautiful brakes. They work a treat on the front. Front tyre is a 150/80/17, and we're running Avon Cobras. When I had my Rocket, I used to use the Messlers, the Marathons. I've never actually ridden one with the Cobras on, but there was a very popular choice on the earlier model. Let's have a look at the back. It's very hard to see the shock. It's hiding underneath. I'm not sure if you can see it. It's a single shower monoshock. It's a hefty piece of kit, but it works. So here we go. There's the shaft drive. We've got, it's like an inboard disc because it's connected to the shaft, and it's a single-sided affair. It's a single 300mm disc with a 4-piston Brembo on the back. Superb, isn't it? The tyres more or less the same as the old model, a 240/50/16. Not sure if you like this rear end. They're in vogue at the moment. People like it like this. I'm just going to show you the rear foot pegs. So this is quite clever actually. So this affair here, so you pull it down and fold it out. Now how good's that? You get a good view of the shock now. So you just flip it in, push it up, and it vanishes. Cleans all the back end up. Absolutely beautiful. As I said, it's got TFT dash, it's got an IMU, ABS, traction control, different modes, keyless, cruise control, hill hold, LEDs all round. So what's it going to cost you? 23 grand. That about 23 grand new. This bike as it stands here is probably worth 22 grand. It's a lot of money, isn't it? It's a lot of bike. Right, let's get the helmet on, give it a bit of thrash. I'll see you in a minute. Okay, so here we are. We're in a bit of a 20 zone. Let's simulate a bit of slow riding. 20 zone, 20 mile an hour, second gear. Throttle's beautiful. We're in sport mode. We're not even in road mode. You've got rain mode, road mode. You've got rider modes. We're in sport mode. And this great big 2.5 litre beast is as docile as a kitten. Here we go, just nibble round. We're still in the 20. You can't get the cruise on in second gear. It has to be in third, and it has to be 30 or above. So the cruise is not much good for these modern 20 mile an hour zones. Anyway, we'll see where this car in front's going, and we'll go the opposite way. How about that? So we're going to go up the hill. You get quite a lot of popping and banging on the overrun. It sounds lovely. So much more refined than the earlier bike. I think Triumph have done an absolutely fabulous job in shedding weight, tidying it up, and in general just improving the whole aesthetics and handling of the bike. Like I say, here we are in first gear, 20 mile an hour up the hill. Absolutely beautiful it is. So here we are, National. Just a second gear pull away there, off the throttle, straight up to 60. Here we go, round the corner. Slow speed manoeuvring's quite good. Second gear again, we'll drop it into third and we'll pull it back again. Yeah, it's got some grunt and groans, isn't it? Oh, ho, ho. It's not the best road surface, this isn't. And I'd say the suspension's set on the firm side. I'm a big chap. I find the knee room okay. It's just this bump stop. It's just not that comfortable in my back. Anyway, here we are. I've got to stop. It's Nasty Junction. We're all clear, nice and steady. Here we go. Well, that's got some poke, that has. That's interesting. I actually felt my body move backwards and my feet lifted off the pegs because I wasn't leaning forward enough. You've got to really keep your weight forward to control all of that power. I hope you're getting a good picture down here. There's no quick shifter, but clutchless changes are quite easy once you're in second and third gear. You need the clutch to go down, of course. Well, this is a bit of a hoot, isn't it? It's so nice to ride a Triumph again. I've not ridden a Triumph for ages. Anyway, we're going to take a right turn here. Quite technical, this stretch. Whereas with the old Rocket, you used to have to really work hard and counter steer, push the bike into the turn. Take another right. Here we go. This is just like a slight amount, and then it goes. Got to be careful, it's not my bike. The roads are dry, the sun's gone in a little bit, but still bloody lovely. It's nice to be out riding a Triumph again, I'm going to say it again. Those who know me, they used to call me Mr. Triumph. I had all sorts of Triumphs. I always had Triumphs. Of course, when I came to Cornwall and I found out that my nearest dealership in Plymouth were, I'm going to be kind and say, they're just okay. They're not my cup of tea. It's too much of a sort of car showroomy type place. So here we go, tightening up, tightening up. Car coming to the way. Changes direction very smooth, very quickly. Keep behind the brakes. Here we go. This is steeper than it looks. This is a proper downhill. Yeah, it handles well, doesn't it, for a big bike? My second camera's bouncing around like I don't know what. As I say, it's sprung very firm. The seat's firm and the suspension's firm. The front brake feels fabulous. I ain't so sure about the back brake. We'll do a road brake test in a moment. So we're just coming down into Perranawyrthal. So we'll test its slow speed manners as we take a right turn, and then we'll go up the hill on the dual carriageway bit. It's about the only place near Truro you can actually do 70 miles an hour. Like I say, for the big bike, that's not too bad, is it? It's not too bad at all. So we are nice and steady, just go through the gearbox, simple. Sneak it in. The gear lever is set like an adventure bike. The gap, I can get my whole foot underneath it virtually. But there you go. So we're in a 50. Let's just pull it back a little bit. Sun's trying to come out again. This TFT dash is beautiful. You can have different settings. You can put like an old-fashioned dash on and whatever. I quite like this standard one. It's very nice. This road's been resurfaced in the last few weeks. It's quite pleasant. Okay, so here's the dual carriageway. Just see if I can get past this Astra. The island's all clear. Here we go, nip up the inside. Bit of front breakage. So, second gear. Here we go. Third gear up to 50, so there we are, smack on 50. Well, a dual carriageway, but it doesn't go into a 70 quite yet. So I'm going to leave it in third and see what the third gear pull away up a steep hill. Now this is a proper steep hill. Probably don't show it on the camera. Here we go. So third gear. Oh, absolutely effortless up to 70. Right, so I've put the cruise on. There we are, I've set the cruise at dead on 70. It's taking us up to 69, doesn't go all the way. Throttle off. Yeah, using the throttle to disengage the cruise. It's quite slow. Comes off a lot better with the brake or the clutch. So we've dropped into a little bit 30 zone round this island. So we'll drop it in, just slightly leaning on that inside peg and that handlebar, and away goes. So here we go, back into the national, second gear, third gear. Oh yes, that's very, very pokey. To be honest with you, I'm getting absolutely no wind blast at all.
nothing. I could sit on the motorway at 70 ever so comfortable. This little fly screen, this aero screen, is doing an absolutely fabulous job. So we're coming down 70 mile an hour into the 50, brakes on. Seconds, absolute seconds, no trouble at all. Right, so see if we can get a bit of twisty action in. I'm going to take a right at the island. You get very little transmission whine. The old model used to whine terrible. So here we go. Straight up to 60. Effortless. I've never ridden the Diavo, which has got about the same poke, but it hasn't got the torque this has got. This is probably the most torquey engine you can buy on the planet, I would imagine. 163 foot-pounds of torque, absolutely monstrosity it is. It's a monstrosity. But they've made the bike rideable. Here we go. Very, very little input into these bars. Very little. How about this? Oh, it's a stupid of a bike. This is absolutely beautiful. On these roads, on the old Rocket, you'd have been struggling big time. You'd have been working hard. You'd have been tired. They've got the ergonomics. They've got the rake, the trail. They've got the suspension smack on for riding on these type of roads. This is a smooth surface. It's lovely. So we're going to just drop down into the 30. So let's see if we can get the cruise on at 30. I don't think I'm not over impressed with the way the cruise works. It's not instant. Probably a good idea to just try rain mode, wouldn't it? Okay, so I've stuck it in rain mode. I'm not sure whether it reduces the power or the delivery or both. I've not done a lot of homework on this bike because I didn't really expect to be riding it. Okay, so let's see the difference then. So this is rain mode. To be fair, we don't feel a lot of difference. Right, road mode. It's just got so much grunt and power. It doesn't really matter what mode you're in. Mark says you can spin the back up in sport mode. So here we are, steep hill. So much grunt. This is a steeper hill than it looks. Second gear. Awesome. Right, we'll stick it back in sport, shall we? Changing the modes, doddle. Press the mode switch, just toggle up and down. Right, when we level off at the top, we've got a bit of a left-hand bend. And we'll do a brake test. Okay, we're all clear behind. We're all clear behind. We're doing about 40 up an hill. Rear brake. It's okay. It's not nowhere near as good on the early model. The back brake on the early model was colossal. Let's do it again. Now you have to give that a real firm stamp. The ABS doesn't provoke that much, but it feels very green. I don't think the rear brakes had much use. I think the pads are a bit green. So there we are, 40 mile an hour in third, front brake. Oh, them are superb, them Stylemas are amazing. So we come round the bend, back up to 40. Slight downhill gradient, here we go. Front and back, all clear. Yeah, considering it weighs 300 kilos or 290, whatever it is, it comes to a halt pretty quick. That grunt's amazing, isn't it? Yeah, and I've got to say, well done, Triumph. You've turned a muscle cruiser into a sports cruiser. What a bike. So exciting to ride. Anyway, I'll get back to Mark again. So, as I say, this is Mark's own personal bike at Cornwall Kawasaki. His wife Emily, who's one of the co-owners, she bought it him as a present, a birthday present. He's such a lucky boy having a wife who's bought him a Rocket 3R as a birthday present. I can't believe it. Anyway, well done. It's a lovely bike and it's a lovely birthday present. And it handles amazing. When you think some of the bikes you've got to pay such a lot of money for these days, 30 and 40 grand for bikes. For me, this is different class. So much more fun than a Diavel. Okay, so let's get ourselves back. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed my little video. If you have enjoyed watching the Lofty Biker video and you want to watch a few more, click on the like, subscribe, ring that little bell. I'm only too pleased to talk to you and answer your questions, whatever you like. And if you're interested in the Rocket 3, I hope you have enjoyed this video. You know very well I'm a big bloke, I'm 6'5", I'm 16 odd stone. And I've actually really enjoyed riding this. The one thing I don't like is the seat. That little bump stop where the pillion perch is. It just rubs me a little bit, it's not the best. If you're slightly canted forward, you don't feel it. But of course, I'm so big, aren't I? It's a shame this road's a 30. Must have been an amazing road back in the day. Anyway, I've waffled on enough and I'll probably best take Marky's bike back. Tell him it's all good. It's all in one piece. And I think it's lovely. Anyway, I'm going to take this opportunity to say ta-ra. I've had a wonderful day riding bikes. It's been lovely to get out and ride a few bikes. So, this is the Lofty Biker saying ta-ra for now. Ta-ra.